This weekend was about the FA Cup quarterfinals in England. Chelsea won at home to Leicester, courtesy of two late goals from Chukwuemeka and Madikwe. They are through to the semi-finals of the FA Cup. Man City won 2-0 courtesy of a brace from Bernardo Silva to progress to the semi-finals of the FA Cup as well. Man United Liverpool had to settle it in the extra time, courtesy of a late winner from Ahmad Diallo was enough to see Man United edge Liverpool to the semi-finals of the FA Cup. So it means that Chelsea are going to be playing the semi-finals of the FA Cup with the powerhouse of England, Man City, while Man United is expected to cruise past Coventry City with ease to secure their spot in the final of the FA Cup. So quickly, we're going to move in to talk about the star match of the FA Cup during the weekend, which was the match between Manchester United, the Red Devils, and the Liverpool team, the guys that never walk alone. It was a very good performance by Man United, and rightly so. They had to be at their best to match the form of Liverpool, who are adjoined on the same points on the EPL log table with Arsenal. They've been in form throughout this season and they've been a team to beat in the EPL. So Man United had to be at their best to actually, produce a performance worthy of progression to the semi-finals. However, personally, I feel that match against Liverpool was more of Liverpool shooting themselves in the foot because if Nunes and Diaz were clinical enough, especially in the first half. That match was not even supposed to be decided, in extra time. A player of, Salah, who is a world class player, was also silenced, in the match by the returning Man United player, person of Aaron Wan-Bissaka. But I not taking anything away from Aaron Wan-Bissaka, but I would like to think that because Mo Salah was actually fasting, it's the holy ones for the Muslim. It was, attributed to the fact that he could not actually put in a lot of strength and the best performance that is required, of that kind of match. Up until Salah was subbed in the 75 minutes, he was not really impactful in the whole of the match. And the match was decided, on the 119 minutes by Amand Diallo, and it was enough to actually see Man United progress to the semi-finals of the FA Cup. So, a lot of my Man United friends, around and a lot of football fanatics have been talking about this particular match because Man United and Liverpool, had a match previously in the EPL, the first leg of the EPL, and it was a stalemate draw. And now again, they faced off in the FA Cup, and Man U have edged Liverpool, to progress to the semi-finals of the FA Cup. But personally, like I said, I think that match was, luck was on Man United's um, players' side, and it was meant to be for them to qualify. However, the performance were not really too convincing. I think Liverpool deserved to have gone through to the semi-finals. But hello, who am I? It's just my opinion. We all have our opinions, but I just feel that even if Man United actually gets to cruise past Coventry City, which we are expecting them to do, and secure a place in the final, if Man City is to beat Chelsea to progress to the FA Cup final, then I think Man City will still beat Man United. It's been happening before and it can still happen again. This will be no difference. We're talking about Guardiola and his, magical side. Man City has been a thorn in every team's flesh, in the EPL for years now. And the story is still going to be the same if they meet Man United at Wembley. But come to think of it, Man City and Chelsea have faced off twice in the EPL and it has all resulted in a draw. So do you think that match is going to be as easy as people think it's going to be? for Man City against Chelsea. Remember, Pochettino's side are actually out to make a statement in the EPL, and reasons being that they have not been having consistent performances in the EPL. And FA Cup is so much, the trophy that they can actually lay their hands on this season. So I'm thinking that Pochettino has his Chelsea players are going to go all out to ensure that they get the better side of City. But that is easier said than done. So we're going to be looking at how that particular competition is going to unfold and who are those teams that are going to progress to the final of the FA Cup competition. FA Cup competition, I beg your pardon. FA Cup is the oldest competition in England and it is regarded as the Champions League of English football. So it is quite very important, a lot of teams put in a lot of efforts to ensure that they clinch the FA Cup. So, who do you think are going to be the finalists of the FA Cup, and who team are you pitching to actually win the FA Cup for the 2023-2024 FA Cup season? Slide into the comment section and tell us your opinion. My United fans, you guys were very lucky. Let's see how well you can do against Coventry City. Don't forget that Coventry City might be a League One team, but yet they actually knocked out Wolves, who is a Premier League team. So a lot can still happen in this competition, and we look forward to the surprises of football, especially EPL football. My name is Abdul. I'm your host. Remain blessed, and I'll see you on the next episode of Touchline Insight videos.